Hello, everyone. Welcome to another mic session of Inspiring Words. I am your host, Kritika Gogoi. Today, we have with us a person whose interests are just as eclectic and diverse as his personality. From being a talented sports person back in his teen years to now being a polished cinematographer, this man sure has put many feathers in his cap. Presenting you the very talented Mr. Ashutosh Kashyap. Today we have with us ace photographer Mr. Ashutosh Kashyap. And it's such a pleasure to have you with us, sir. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So,
It's a privilege.
yeah. So, why don't we start with you telling us something about your childhood, like the things you were attracted to or the things you loved to do?
Okay, so, all right. Oh, okay. My childhood is like an average kid. Like, I love to play a lot. I used to play tennis. For 11 years, I played tennis. So that was my first thing, which I did during my childhood. I was a very average student, but I was into sports a lot. I played a lot of, like nationals, districts,
Oh, okay. That's
states. In 2011, I won the gold medal from the East side.
like the
You know?
East Zone, like
East
the
Zone,
East
yeah.
Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I forgot.
Yeah.
It's a long gap. So yeah, Vinay Thakur was my friend, so we played together. So yeah, that was my childhood. I was interested in snakes at that time. Like I'm still interested in snakes a lot. I used to rescue snakes. I used to pet them and rescue them and release them in the wild. And if somebody comes and calls me up like, hey, Ashutosh, there's a snake in my place and something, then I just go there, I rescue it and I release it in a safe situation. So that was my regular job. I think it
So
as
I
well.
think that has a relation with your Instagram username, like you have it as your snake.
Yeah.
I can see the connection there.
Yes. I love to write. I did wrote my book during my childhood only when I was like 16 or something.
Oh, okay.
That was my first book, and that was on snakes. So snakes, the Crown King of the Jungle. The name was like something like that.
Okay.
And from then onwards, Mr. Snake came in my life. So yes, so that was my childhood, and yeah, it was like very average one with the studies, but with the sports and everything, I love that.
So you went like a lot of sports like that.
I like hardcore sports.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sports.
Yeah.
So like you have like you said, you have like a variety of hobbies. Like you used to write, you were into singing also, and debating and everything.
Yeah.
So like, of course, photography as well. So like, when was it that you realized that you wanted to take up photography? Like, was it always there at the back of your mind, or like was it like a sudden realization somewhere and no, I want to go for this thing?
Oh, okay. To be honest, it wasn't always photography. It was sports though. Like I felt like I'm made for sports. I'm made for lawn tennis. But then I started losing a lot of matches. So
I mean, it's part of the game.
yeah. And secondly, I'm a person like if I get bored, I just change it. Suppose if I get bored of studying, I will not study. If I get bored of doing something, I will not.
So are you like ever getting bored of photography? I mean,
apparently not. Till now, I'm not bored. But whenever I get bored, like I just go out of it, like do something else, you know. So there was a very very interesting what do you say? One instinct or a memory of my childhood when I had a little camera, like you know the Sony Coolpix, you know the thing comes out, you know when you press the button and the thing comes out. So I had that. Okay, so I was clicking some pictures and everything. I didn't know any basics or something. I just go there, click pictures of grasses, you know grass. So grass and flowers and stuff. But then there's a small pond in my place. So we used to put some fishes there. So I thought, like, why don't I put my camera inside the pool? Literally, I did that.
It was
And
before the time of, the age
yes,
of
it was like around 16 years before, like
Okay.
since now.
Okay.
So I put the camera inside the cool peaks. I put inside the thing, the water, and definitely it's not waterproof. And I had got a big scolding from my father because that was like the family camera,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
family
the one,
camera,
yeah,
for family
the one you
pictures. And,
take, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes, and it was expensive as well. It's like probably around at that time probably 10,000 or 7,000, something like that. But yeah, that was one of the memories, and the main reason, why when I got the camera, it wasn't because of photography. It was for safeguarding me. Because when I go and rescue snakes,
Okay.
my parents they get really worried. Really, really worried. Obviously every normal
Yeah,
parent
definitely.
would go
I
crazy.
mean, yeah, rescuing snakes wasn't a very common hobby back then.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. So to safeguard me, so they gave me a camera. Okay, I'm talking about around 11 or 10 years, not 10 years,
Okay.
11 years ago. So they gave me a camera. It was Canon 600D. It was a very good camera. Okay, so they said that click pictures of the snakes rather than handling them, which is bare hand. So technically, I never had any course or how to handle snakes, and I don't prefer or I don't suggest anyone to do that because if you don't know the snake, you might get hurt.
Yeah.
And because I knew a lot of snakes, I wrote a book. I wrote an encyclopedia on them, so I knew every snake in this place in the Assam and Northeast. So I knew that how to do it. Are they venomous or something like that? So I had the knowledge. So I go rescue. I translocate in a safer location, right? So my mom and dad, actually my mom, she gave me the camera and she asked me to click the picture of the snake, show it to us, and don't handle those snakes. So that's how everything started. Do you get it?
Yeah. So, like, the snakes, I mean, since you told me how much you love snakes. So, like, was the snake house in the Assam state like one of your favorite spots as a kid?
Yes. Whenever I go there, I spend a lot of time there. Even one of my friends who came down from London at that
Okay.
time, I forgot his name, but it was like again long ago. He came down from London, and he told me about what are the advantages, disadvantages of having a snake house in Assam, and I was with friend with the DFO as well at the time. I was too young to be a friend, so like he was like my uncle or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So at that time, again, I forgot the name. Yes, I used to visit there. I used to go there a lot, and I don't really go around. I just stay there. I just look at those things and ask questions like how they feed them or what's up with them, or how they breed. So that was my usual hobby. But I'm from Jorhat, right? So when I shifted to Guwahati for my studies, then I went there more rather than the part when I was rescuing snakes
Okay.
in Jorhat. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
here? Okay. So,
Like, yeah.
yeah.
Please. No, please go on.
All right. So that's how it all started. So therefore, I always give credit to snakes. I love them. You know what? There is a very, very interesting story. Okay, I was somewhere. It was around 8 to 7 years back. I was in a place near Sonapur. I went there with my two brothers, like one elder brother and one younger brother. So I went there. We were checking on some field work of plants and something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a group discussion with the Gaobaki, like the villagers. So we are talking about the plants and what is suitable for that field and everything. So then what happened? One person, he came out of nowhere and he was telling me, I killed the snake with a coconut, hitting the snake on the head, and he was actually describing me how he killed it. Dude, I lost my mind. And I barely killed that person. I barely. Like, he was like, okay, this is it. You shouldn't be it anymore. I'm sorry for that. I mean, whoever will be listening to it, I love snakes a lot. So that's one of the things. I believe that from that day onwards, those villagers never killed any snakes, because I asked them, like, are you killing snakes or something? And they said no, that we're not killing snakes. So yeah.
So, like, you told me you started with this Sony Cool Pix, like the camera. You started with that. So, what has been the best camera that you have owned till now?
My best camera. I mean, I don't have a specific thing like this is my best camera or something. Every camera is at that phase of time was the best camera. You get it? So now I'm kind of a professional, so I charge for my thing, what is for my services, right? So I had a professional camera, but when I was doing for passion, I had a passionate camera. So when I was doing for hobby, I had a hobby camera. Do you get it? So in every phase of my life, every camera that I own, still my favorite. Yeah, still my favorite. I love cameras a lot, and there is no specific like this is the best. I mean, all of them are best.
Okay.
Yes.
So, like, you're into filmography and you're into cinematography. So, what do you think are the scopes of cinematography and photography in Assam, like the present scope?
Oh, the present scope of photography and cinematography in Assam are huge. You cannot imagine. You cannot imagine, like, the stories Assam can provide. The real stories. Recently, you've interviewed Bhaskar Hazarika. He's a phenomenal person from Kothanodi to Amir. Amazing person. I mean, the way he thinks, sees, and works, it's totally cool. And Kothanodi was one of our ancestors, sorry, not ancestors. Anyway, so those things, those are some like 10% of the stories. There's like 90% more stories from Assam, which are phenomenal. I have some scripts. If any director or producer is interested in making something on Assam based on ethnic stories,
as in the folklore,
folklore or a current situation, or I shouldn't say this, but there are like some what do you say? Silent killing. Silent killing, like serial killing. A lot of stories are there in Assam. Trust me on that. So I guess, and I believe, like, if all the filmmakers, directors, cinematographers are from Assam, if we look into the huge picture of the stories of Assam, I guess, and I don't guess. I know that a lot of potentials are there from the filmmaking point of view of Assam, and people should know how amazing the stories of Assam is. Yeah.
Yes. Now. Yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So about photography, I mean, everyone is doing good photography nowadays. Every youngster is passionate about photography. So my only advice is that learn the basics first. That's all I'm going to say. Because I've spent at least 5 years in learning the basics. Then only I went for the professional things. So I would advise and suggest that please learn the basics first and spend more time with the camera. A lot of time with the camera. You can find a story anywhere. Yeah. And with that note, I would say that there are like huge scopes of cinematography and photography in Assam.
Okay.
From my point of view.
So, like, who are the people who played a major role behind your success or behind, wherever you are at the moment?
Well, I will not put success as of yet because I have 90 years more to live, right? I'm just 28 right now, so I'll live 90 more years,
So you plan on to leaving for like another?
Yeah. Well, why not? Why not? Leaving is a good idea, right? So I will get back to your question, but I would say here is like I'm not yet satisfied with my thing. Right? Every day I get to learn. every day is a new thing. Every day I get a new story. Not a story, maybe more stories, multiple stories every day. So every day is a new day for me. And from my point of view, if you're satisfied with your life, like, okay, from my thing, okay, from my creative ways of thinking, if you're satisfied, then the next day you're dead from mentally. Yeah.
Yeah. I
mentally
think satisfaction is the end of production.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. You can create the masterpiece before the last breath of yours. So that's what I believe is my own thing. So for the next 90 years, probably I will learn more and learn more and more and more. I won't say success, but I would say I'm a student. And if people like my work, then it's a good result for me. If they don't like my work, then I get to learn from them and go to the next step. Why am I not correct? Why am I what's wrong and everything? I observe and all those things. Anyway, getting back to the question, my main inspiration is always being my family. Always, like from the beginning till the end. Always, as my mom, dad, ma pita. I say ma pita and bhaiti. So they inspired me a lot. So whenever I do a work, maybe a picture, small picture, doesn't matter what. Maybe I just go out, take a picture. First person to see the picture, see the result is my brother or my ma or pita. Then I show it to the public. So definitely I'll put the three names as my family. Yeah. As my inspiration, motivation, whatever you want to say. Who pushed me actually? Like, you can do it, son. Yeah, you can do it, son. Like, it's okay. We're there backing you up. So I think I'm lucky. I think I'm lucky in that case. Okay? I've heard a lot of stories like mom, dad they don't really support the passion because obviously, how do I put this? Like, you don't get a lot of support
family
from
support
usual parents. Yeah, but I request all the parents, like, just see your child. Like, what if he or she has a better scope maybe, or artists are crazy people, and I'm sure every child has an artist inside him or her. So I request all the parents, like, if they can support, then their passion for like children's passion, then I believe like a lot of good people will come out. More and more good people will come out in the greatest way.
Because I think the current situation, what the society believes in is that a child, if he's born, so he should go for engineering or for medicine or for all the mainstream lines. So I think that is...
Yes. I mean, one more thing I want to put. I mean, is it getting too long with the one?
No.
Okay. So one more thing I want to put in here. I did my bachelor degree from Cotton College. I did study science there.
Okay.
So that wasn't for myself. That was for my parents.
Yes.
So what I did is, like, first I satisfied my parents. Like, okay, I studied this. I'm not at all successful. I want to go somewhere else. Okay. Then I got bored with studies, so I didn't study at all. But I did my master's and I completed my studies. Okay, so then I thought to go for PhD from somewhere from New Zealand. I got a chance. I got the chance to do it, but then I said, like, it's too boring. Ma, more no pohu, please. Mo kam koribo dia mo nijor life to explain koribo besides mo kiman kam kor agbohi jabo paru. So that means, like, how much I can go forward. I want to experiment my life, and I want to devote it to the people of the farm. Because going to London, I came back, right? And when I came back, I want to do something for the people. So I learned there. I want to implement all my learning in.
I wanted to work for the people.
Yeah. So I want to devote myself, whatever I learned from London. I want to devote it in this place. I want to devote it in Northeast. Before I came back. I was getting jobs there, but I choose not to do anything there, and I came back to do for my people. So, yeah, that's my motive right now.
So, you were a student in the London Film Academy, So how would you describe your days out there? Like, what are the differences that, between India and London in terms of whatever education you received out there?
Okay. There is a huge differences in the educational sector of both the countries. But I don't want to put the differences because I love studying here. I did love study there as well. So I don't want to put any differences. But I want to put something there. One thing that I learned going to London is I was not punctual. Okay, I was lazy. I was lazy. I still am a bit, but I was lazy a lot. When you say 5 minutes, and I go there after an hour, so that's lazy I'm talking about. You get it? So when I was studying there, I always get late. Initially in my classes, I always get late for my classes. Okay. So what they did, it's like they noticed me once, they warned me once, they warned me twice. Then the third time, what they did, they asked me to paint their walls.
Oh my God!
It's like a not usual punishment. Like you don't get detention from your thing, but you have to work for
for the university,
for the institute. Okay. So me and one from Kazakhstan, one friend of Kazakhstan, and one friend from France. We three literally painted a whole room, like a whole room. Like I'm not even kidding. I still have pictures. If you want, I can share with you. But we did that. Then I learned my lesson. Like, okay, this is it. This is it. This is the last time I'm getting late. I'm not gonna get late after this. So there is this thing, like if you get late there, you're done. You don't get job if you're late. You have to, suppose if you say I'll reach here at 5 p.m. right?
Yes.
Then you have to be there by 4:30 and be prepared by 5. So that was the whole thing I learned there, and obviously the cinematography point of view, from the cinematography point of view, because I learned the whole concept of filmmaking from director, producing, screenwriting, budgeting, supervision, and all those things, all the roles. But I chose cinematography because I'm more interested in like camera and everything. So the learning things are very systematic. You do understand everything in a very short note. So it's good and practical. It's very, very, very practical. Trust me on this. I think this is a major in India and London.
India is focused more on theoretical.
Yes, it's very theoretical. Our studies are very theoretical. We have to write, we have to do essays, we have to do assignments and things. But there, it's like more practical. You have to make films every third day, fourth day. You got to make films. It's like I made like 9 or 10 films there, like short films. So I think that's the major difference. But that's how I want to put it. Like I became punctual. Like not like if you ask me like, hey Ashutosh, come over, we're gonna have party, come over by 5. I'm not gonna be there at 5. No way. That's not it. But if you say like, hey, we have a shooting at 5 o'clock, then I'm gonna be there at 4:30. So that's the thing.
That's quite something. I mean, that's actually quite something that you need to learn. So we did a photo shoot with Chai Met Toast in the Marjorie River Festival. So how was the experience with the band?
They're very, very fun. They're very fun people. I mean, honestly, man, I love to shoot them. I also got one more chance to shoot them in Kolkata for Ghana.com. But then I was there for something else, and I asked the person who called me for the shoot. I said her like I cannot shoot them, but I really wanted to, but I'm busy with something else. But anyway, coming back to the point, they're very fun people, as I say. Like when Chai Met Toast is one of the most fun people I've ever seen. They're good people. They're very laughing, very loving, and very cooperative, to be very honest. Therefore, I got that video, right? They were very cooperative. They didn't say, I won't do that. They didn't say, shoot, it's okay. I'm going to sleep or something. No, nothing like that. Like, shoot, do whatever you want. We support you. We will cooperate. I mean, obviously, I'm not disturbing their practice time and performance time, of course. But whenever they're free and I wanted to talk, they never said like, no. They said yes, let's do it. So they're very positive people, and I love them a lot. I think that's why the video came out with a very happy, very happy video.
Jolly one.
Yeah, very jolly video. Yeah, I love it.
So, what's your favorite song of theirs? Like,
I think it should be. I love their songs. I love their songs.
Really
one second. I forgot the name. Just one second. They are in my hole anyway. Like in my Spotify, then they are my favorite. One of my favorite actually. So I listen to Coach a lot.
Coach.
Yeah, the Passing By.
Yeah.
And I listen to Firefly.
Oh yeah, those.
Yeah, all of them are like super, super good. But I listen to Firefly and Coach a lot. Like, trust me, it's a lot. And Beautiful World, I used to Beautiful World in their video as well.
Okay, yeah.
With people.
Yeah. So, now Mali has come up already. What's your favorite?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What,
I said we were talking about the Majapahit Festival. So let me just ask you, what's your favorite place in Assam? Like you've traveled around a lot. So like, what's your favorite place?
It's very hard to put like my favorite place because it's my home, right? I'm not a tourist. It's my home, and I love my home. And I think I will put in this way, like, all of Assam is my favorite place. I love to be in Assam. Like, anywhere, I don't mind. I don't care. Like, I go there, I spend time, I talk to people. So I believe, like, all of Assam is my favorite place. It's like, obviously home, my dad is one where I spend most of the time. But except that, it's all of Assam. Something like, I'll put a place.
So it's like
a tag on it. Yeah.
So it's like Assam is your favorite place in all of the world. Something like that, because it's home.
Because it's home, yes. That's why. Because it's home.
That's quite good.
Yeah.
So, you said you've also worked with ace designers like Sabyasachi and Armani. So, what was the overall experience out there? And then, was it good? Was it too hectic? Or was it?
So when I was shooting for Sabyasachi, we were working for Ben Baza Bride for the London edition.
Yes. Okay.
So. I feel so goosebumps when I talk about him. He is so cool. Trust me. When you see that person, when you see him picture, I mean, from my perspective, okay, when I saw his picture before meeting him, I thought like, dude, he can be super introvert. He's not going to talk to a lot of people and stuff, So he might be arrogant as well. I don't know, like big name, But when I met him, oh my God, one of the coolest person I've ever seen. He talks so soft, so soft. He's a very soft speaker, soft-speaking person. Yeah. And also, I gave him my book, my second book, as I said. He loved it so much. And he asked me, like, I thought, like, I took two books a day. I thought, like, I was reading one and I would take his signature in the other one. What did he do? He took my side. He took my autograph in the book.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh my God.
That speaks a lot about the kind of person he is.
Yes. So his design. It is so Indian,
His designs are, I think, is the girl's dream wear. Like those outfits that he designed.
Indeed. I mean, one of the very cool personality I've ever met, and I love him. I love him so much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And about Armani, when I was shooting for Armani, my director was Jasper Anijuba, and we were shooting for Armani under there is a sub brand called Laboratorio, We were shooting for laboratory. But it was like our own composition, our own shoot. Like none of the producers came along for the shoot, but it was a fun shoot. It was different from a lot of things, and it was good. It was a very good experience, to be very honest. But it was super professional. It wasn't like very homely like the dish out shoot. It was very professional shoot.
So, yeah, that's. So you also did a photo shoot with Ranveer Singh for the show there.
Yes,
So it's like
I did. Oh
you
my
had
God.
it's Mr. Rohan Shrestha, who's also another. So what was it like? I mean, like
Oh my God, that was so fun. Rohan Shrestha is one of the coolest cultivator. I mean, he taught me a lot. I was assisting him actually. So he taught me a lot, like Ashu. So in London they call me Ash. Okay, so Ash, this is this. So this is how I do. This is whatever the technicals. And about he taught me those things. And about Ranveer Singh. So he's very cool. Man. The way, okay, so there is this thing. Okay, we were in the set. Okay, we're not in the set in the middle of South Park. Not Park, sorry, Central London. Yeah, somewhere in Central London. Okay, so we were in the group gathered for the shoot ready and everything. So when we see comes from a distance, okay, you will know that this is only behind him. His PA carries a huge Marshall box, sound box, huge one, and it plays some cool music, not his film music, but some cool music. Okay, so you see from a long distance like this guy is coming. And there is a CA with a huge bottle box in his hanging on his on his neck, and this guy comes along and he's very fast, like next location, next location. He's very fast. Cool guy, lovely guy, amazing guy to be very honest.
a very charismatic person. Yeah.
Yeah, very charismatic for sure. And he wasn't like. He would back off, okay, I'm shooting or something. It's nothing like that. His friends were there, all of them are there. They're looking at it. They just asked not to take pictures during the shoot because they don't want to disclose the location and stuff. But after the shoot, like post shoot, he was with their he was there with his friends and he was taking selfies and he was a very nice person, accepting everyone.
Yeah.
It's good experience.
Yeah, that's. So, you have done photo shoots in various places, be it India or abroad. So, what were your unique experiences that you had during these photo shoots?
I don't really read the photo shoots because I'm not into fashion photography much.
Okay.
To be very honest, I did shoot for Indian Army. If you don't know. I was there for 11 days in the month of October last year.
Okay.
I was there. It was a very secretive project of mine, and we weren't supposed to say any word to anyone because we were taken there. It's like a very guerrilla shoot. Guerrilla when we go with the disguise and with a mask and go into the forest with a mask and everything.
It was a very secretive thing, yes.
Yeah, very secretive. So that was one of the most challenging shoots I ever did on my thing. Because it was in the Indo-China border, like where they are like disputed area. It's like China says it's their place, India says it's our place. But according to some line of metal law or something, some British guy who drew some lines. According to that, it's Indian. But anyway, that was one of the most fun and one of the most challenging shoots of my life. And I took two of my friends who assisted me there, and they supported me to something like crazy, And of course, I cannot thank you much, Colonel Sanjeev, for trusting on me. So Colonel Sanjeev trusted on me during the shoot, So initially he thought like I would be like a layman person, like like lazy and everything. Then when he continued shooting, no, he was texting one of my friends who assaulted me. He was texting my friend, and my friend texted me back. Okay, when I got back to Assam, he texted me back because there wasn't any network or anything.
Yeah.
So he texted me back and said, "Oh, bro, Sanjeev said like, dude, you're a Joe's person, Joe's." Like you're a Joe's person, yeah, very Joshila person, and I'm so happy with the results and everything. So it was all cool, all good, and it was a great experience to be with them, to stay with them. To be very honest, their lives are very tough, of course, and fun at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Tough, mostly tough, but
it's very. I think like the army life or
army life.
Yes,
yeah.
It's very something to be very proud of.
Yes. And it was my dream actually. It was my dream to shoot for Indian Army. I did it, and I'm very happy. Like one of the bucket lists is completed, and we shall move to the next one, so something like that. So it was inside the bucket list.
That is really good.
Yeah.
Also, you were doing a project on this poetry piece by this prolific Assamese writer, Hen Borwasa.
Yes.
So, could you give us some insight on your work?
Yes. So right now, apparently at this moment, I'm working on a project of the poetry of late Hen Borwasa, one of the prolific poets and politicians of Indian literature for sure. Sorry, ethnic literature.
Ethnic literature.
Yeah. And it's poem Momotan Tiki. This poem has a record of making like a mother, father, children cry.
It's a very emotional and a
very emotional,
very heart-wrenching poem.
Yes, actually. But I was so scared to take on this project. I was so scared because my mom is an ethnic literature. She's a poet as well.
Okay.
So when she told me so this is a poem, and the words, when you see the words, it's like very genuine. Okay. When you see the words, it's like very genuine, but the meanings of the words are
it's very
so
deep. It's very so
deep. Yes.
Very deep.
Yes. It starts with right? It starts with when you light a candle. Momda Zoya. Yes. But it's not like you actually light up a candle. It's nothing like that.
It's like lighting up your
memory. Yeah.
Yes. I think that's the thing about literature. It's very deep, and you need to delve into it to understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. Therefore, I was so scared to take on this project. Because what if I make mistake? What if people will not understand my message? My message here, because this is around the decade, around the 100-year-old poem, right?
Yes.
So whenever they recite the poem, it was always some hut, inside a hut, and it was very old school. It has to be shot in a hut or something. So what I wanted to do is to showcase
contemporary.
Yes, I want to showcase this poem from the perspective of a 21st century widow.
Okay.
Together. So why can't this can be portrayed through a 21st century widow? Everyone has a momota inside every person, right?
Sure.
Every mother, right? So
yes.
I want to show that from the perspective of the 21st century widow, actually.
So you wanted to add modern touches to this age-old beauty.
Yes.
Okay.
More modern. It's I'm not showing any structural modern stuff like the fan or something. I'm showing the emotion.
Emotional.
Yes. Emotions. The emotions. Suppose. I didn't shoot in a hut. I didn't shoot. Did I light a candle? I did it in a very abstract way and showcasing to the first century. So it was a challenge for me. It's still in hold. As the music is not yet done. Whenever the music comes in, I'm ready to release it because from my get it's done. Just from my side, the DJ Brocky and everything. It was done. Just I'm waiting for the music, which is done by Manu Jitipura. And he's still doing it, so I'm waiting for it. But again, it's a very challenging project for me.
And I think even it's a very important project from the ethnic literature point of view. I think that's all.
Yeah, I'm actually planning to do more of ethnic literature, and Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, of course.
Yes.
Then Jayanta Hazarika, their lives and their songs. If I have to, suppose if I'm a citizen of Assam and I know Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, right? I listen to his song. So how can I portray his song? How from my perspective, how can I portray his song? So I'm working on it. I'm working on Tathal. You know Tathal, like the moving machine?
Yes, Tathal.
Yes, I'm working on that. And everything is like somehow it's related to Assam,
yes, culture and heritage.
Yes.
So, I would like to just end it with a very important question. Like, I think as individuals, we all go through a low phase in our lives, be it from the professional point of view or any point of view. So, when you ever in a phase of your life where you thought that nothing else is working or you felt like giving up?
Yeah. Okay. So, can I be honest in this case?
Yes, definitely.
So, today in the morning I felt bad. I felt like giving up in the morning. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. I thought like, why am I making videos? Why am I doing it? I'm not doing enough. Or maybe it's not worthy to watch, you know? And I felt like it's my own thing. Like sometimes I do. I think if every creative person or any single person, if you're working really, really hard and you don't get the appreciation you deserve, obviously you feel a bit down. You feel a bit down.
Or maybe your work isn't as appreciated.
Yes, at times it does. At times it does. Then I think like, no, it's okay. I'll keep on making it. Because again, it's a satisfaction I get. I love the satisfaction. I do feel down because at times I don't get the appreciation I deserve. But again, I feel like no, I will keep on doing it because of the satisfaction I feel when I complete a thing, complete a video or a picture or something. When I talk to people, when I go shoot their slides, you know. So the satisfaction, I'm living for the satisfaction actually, you know. Because someday, somehow, somewhere, someone will be there who will see my heart. I believe that.
And I think this is the thing about art. Like, you never know how you might just inspire someone else. So it's very, you know, you never, I mean, probably you're not aware of how people are actually getting inspired by the work that you are doing.
Yes. I take the inspiration. I mean, they're like people who appreciate me. Okay, I'm with them. I love everyone. Okay, I'm not talking about them. Okay, I'm not. This is talking about people like not appreciating me. I think like I'm the one who has not made something worthy to watch. You get it? I'm not doing enough.
So you're your biggest critique. So you are.
Yes. Like I'm blaming myself. I'm not blaming the people because obviously they're smart people. They see things. There's the internet and everything. But I'm blaming myself. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe something like that. So in the morning today, I thought like, no, it's not happening, man. I'm bored. I want to give up. I want to do something else. Something like that. Then I thought to delete my Instagram like today in the morning.
Okay.
Instagram, WhatsApp, and everything. Like I will switch on my emails and that's it. Because I work for Starbucks, right? So they mail me through email, so I have to do that. But rather than that, I will get off all the social media and I will work. I will write. Yesterday at night, I was thinking to write something, like something else. about my life, about my work, how I see things. I know what you like. The question, I understand the question, but I have to put myself first to answer the question, right?
Yes,
And,
definitely.
yeah. So that's what I felt. Then in the evening, when I got out of those things, like okay, giving up and everything. I got out of those things, and I thought gradually that I work for the satisfaction. I love my satisfaction of when I talk to people. I'm talking about when I talk to people, when I work for the people, when I work for someday, somehow, somewhere, someone will be there. I believe that who will appreciate my effort.
So would look
I'll
up to
keep
you.
on doing it. Yes, I'll keep on doing it till 90 years more. So it's all cool. But I really want to work with Pastor Hazarika. Actually, I'm not in connected to him, nor does he know me. I know him because he's a very good person and the way he sees it. But I look forward to working with him someday. Because I believe actually.
I think it's one of the
there is a connection.
yes.
There's a connection of art, maybe.
Art. So it's just all interconnected, like the art and whatever.
Yeah.
I think you both are working towards uplifting the Assamese heritage and the culture, and I think that connects you too.
Yeah, probably. He doesn't know. I'm very.
You will your work and everything. You will definitely. And I think
he's super busy with his new script probably, or maybe a screenplay. And look at me, I'm just about to give up, and I didn't give up.
No, I think that is the most important thing. Like you said, you wanted to give up, but then you kept working, and I think that is something which is to be appreciated. Like
Yes.
That lives from like.
Totally. I totally agree. Oh my God! Wow. That was a tough question to put in actually, because I don't know about the rest, but I do feel very down at times, and I feel like I'm not working enough. I'm not working hard, and I don't blame anyone. I blame myself, and that's it. Like then I feel myself down, but again. The happiness I get, the happiness I get working with them, working with people. Like when I said them, it's like all the people.
Yeah.
So the happiness, I live for the happiness actually. I live for that moment, Yeah. So that's me.
That pretty much sums up, and it was. I had a great time conversing with you, and it was.
That's good. Now your questions, I told you before as well, your questions are very nice. Very nice questions. And I really wanted to share this questions with the people, I guess.
Yes. So,
yeah.
Thanks. So it was a great pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for taking out time and, doing this interview.
Well, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity, I guess. Because you guys are amazing. You guys are doing amazing, actually. You're putting up stories of these great people, and I don't think I belong to that group.
No,
I'm still there in the low. I want to be there, of course, but I'm there. I'm still learning, But thank you so much for choosing me, for sure, and keep on doing this. People need to know stories, and there are like a lot of people who doesn't know a lot of people, good people, So I believe you could pull out all of them and put up the platform. Yeah.
So I think this is it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So that was a quick insight into the life of this dynamic persona. You can listen to the full interview on Spotify. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment below.